Nirvana y su rotundo éxito mundial y en España han abierto la brecha, era lógico. Ahora la avalancha está servida y grupos nuevos a cada cual más contundente se sucede, convirtiendo a Seattle en una especie de nueva capital del rock. Pearl Jam es la primera banda de esta escena que visita nuestro país, mezclando dureza con viejas influencias.
It's a flavor of the month, I think. I think, a couple of years ago it was Austin, a couple of years before that it was Minneapolis and Athens, and there was a LA punk rock thing in the early 80s, and there's been a New York thing, and I just think it was time. I think there's been a lot of people playing music in Seattle for a long time, and a lot of bands that have stayed together for a long time, and they're making pretty amazing music right now, so why not Seattle? Well, we're definitely a new band. All of us have been playing music for our entire lives, but, this band is definitely really young, and I think that's, to our advantage. I think for the first time in most of our lives, we're playing in a band that we really enjoy playing in, and we're going to be around for a long time, so we're not in any hurry to go anywhere, or we're not in any hurry to be huge or anything like that. We're just going to continue to make music and make records and play shows and have fun and get in little mini arguments with each other and those sorts of things, just be normal people. Oh, definitely. I think all of us, and even as much as like Nirvana or Mudhoney or those guys would like you to believe, all those guys listen to 70s rock too. Mark Arm, Kurt Cobain, and all those guys used to listen to Led Zeppelin, used to listen to Aerosmith, used to listen to Ted Nugent and all that stuff. So they might tell you that they grew up listening to the Clash and Sex Pistols and all that stuff, but the fact is they definitely listened to their share of rock music. There was nothing else around in the late 70s, so you either listened to rock music or you didn't listen to music. So
I think it has to do with a lot of different melodies and the way we interact with each other and how we play, and it's not just full-on barrage guitar attack. There's subtleties to it, like Oceans or Release, but then there's also very heavy songs. It's just like the mixture of the different songs that we play. Soundgarden,
who's like the kings of Seattle rock, as far as I'm concerned.
The kings of American rock.
They've been around for a long time, and they rule. And there's other great bands. There's Mudhoney. There's
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains, our good friends Alice in Chains. I don't know. There's a million bands. I hate to just say that sit here and rave about Seattle bands, because I think all of us love bands from all over the world and all over the country. So I definitely don't sit at home and just play Seattle bands on my stereo all day. I don't think anybody in the band really does that.
I do with Soundgarden, but that's just only when I'm really in an aggressive mood.
De Pearl Jam asegura que no tiene intención de volver a los escenarios. Como último testimonio, su compañía ha decidido publicar las sesiones en directo que se grabaron en Atlanta.
Yeah, you take a risk. You say, well, I'll see if the music can stand up on its own. All those other things are done to maybe out of paranoia that just the music won't stand up on its own. And the reason it could be successful at all is because maybe we built some trust with people. And we wouldn't abuse that trust. The fact is, with videos and things like that, I don't know, you don't want your personality or you as a person to overshadow the music. music, really, it'd be nice if it was faceless, you know, ideally. Doesn't really matter. I listened to the Pixies for 4 years before I knew what Black Francis looked like. Pretty much we just went in and as 5 guys and just kind of started playing. This band's pretty good that way. We can just kind of walk into a room and pick up our instruments and like come up with something. And then, and that's always kind of easy. Finishing it is always hard. Any artist, I think, you know, you can start a painting, you can start a recording, you can start a book even. The hard part is finishing it. And I usually do that part.
Don't call me daughter, not fair to the picture kept will remind me. Don't call me.
I mean, it's funny swimming around in my head. I've got this aquarium of ugly fish floating around. You just catch one and dissect it on the page and record it. But it wasn't, I didn't think it was like, I mean, obviously it comes from within, but it wasn't talking about, like, you know, the trials of success or anything. It wasn't like that at all.
She holds her hand and holds it down. She will
My momentum and energy was cut off right about that time in Roskilde when my books, I had some books stolen from backstage in Sweden the night before or something. It just felt weird because it was a long show, and we were making jokes because the sun doesn't go down in Sweden that time of year, you know, June, something, July. We were going to play till, you know, nightfall, which never came. We played like 3 hours, or maybe more. The whole time, you know, some American guy was in the dressing room going through our gear and taking all the good stuff.
I'd rather be with an animal.
I gotta remember to save some for myself, you know. At least enough to regenerate, you know, it's like the bud of a plant or something. That's why I don't like playing big places, because I feel so small. I end up, you know, it's not like, you know, not complaining. But you do, you give all yourself, you give it all away, and then you ain't got nothing left, and I ain't got nothing to give to my girlfriend, and ain't got nothing left to give to my friends, or even the band. I'm just like this empty vegetable, and...
1, 2, 3, 4.